Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is JD Messenger, and I read an interesting story online today, and it was the GOP telling the congressmen and senators to vote their conscience in the upcoming days. And I thought, I wonder if they know what that means or if they know how to do it. And so I want to share with you how to do that, but it applies to every one of us as we make decisions or vote in our minds about the various things that are challenging our country today. And before I get into how to do this, I just want to remind you that the ties that bind are far greater than what divides. We all are humans and we all are Americans. And I stop right there. We love to cook, we love to dance, we love to sing, we love to play with our children, participate in sports, break bread, eat dinner. And at this time of challenge in our nation, I think it's very important that everyone remember that the ties that bind are greater than what divides. So let's get into talking about consciousness and what that means and what stops you from being able to do that. Now, we all have had experiences and we understand when sometimes you get frozen in fear. Thinking of the person who's in the middle of the highway and a car's coming right at them and people are yelling, move, 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 and they can't move, they're frozen. And literally the frontal cortex, the part of our brain that is responsible for consciousness, being present and being aware and being able to think, gets shut off by a switch back here called the amygdala. You see, anytime there is a fear, and the greater this fear is, you go into this flight or fright mode, and it's meant to protect you. It's meant to, increase your adrenaline and send blood to your extremities and things like that, so you can survive. Well, the same thing happens when it's a fear, whether it's a physical threat or an emotional one. And so the amygdala literally shuts off the ability of the frontal cortex to allow you to think rationally and be conscious. And this is what happens in a mob mentality. This is what happens when you get into an argument or fight and you say or do something, and then hours later you're like, I don't know what happened to me. I lost my mind. Yeah, you literally lost your ability to think. So when the GOP is telling all of these congressmen and senators to vote with their conscience, you cannot do that if you are frozen in fear and you have not activated the frontal part of your brain. So the question becomes, how do we activate our consciousness? Well, what's interesting is that it's very simple. And you see people telling people to do it all the time. When a woman's giving birth, you're going, breathe, breathe, breathe. When someone is in shock, you're going, breathe, breathe, breathe. And the answer is breathe. Breathe in through your nose and hold it. And breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and hold it and breathe out through your mouth. Do this for a minute. And as you're breathing in and holding it and then breathe out, imagine releasing fear. Imagine releasing stress. Imagine, visualize whatever your fear is and imagine it blowing away, or imagine it burning or dissolving, and feel heavy. Feel yourself sitting. Feel your back against the chair. Feel your fingers. So you breathe in and breathe out and let your shoulders down. Now, do this for 3 minutes. Pause this video and do this, and you will start to feel relaxed. Now, the next thing you have to do, because you can't vote or make a decision consciously if you're in fear, you must make the decision from your heart, because your heart is always right. If you believe in God, then say a prayer and ask God to open your heart and to clear your mind, to release your fears, and to give you guidance. But what you have to do is you've got to actively let go of the fear and then focus on something. In this case, focus on whatever it is. If you want to focus on your furry dog or cat because you love your pet, focus on something you love and really visualize it, feel it. Keep breathing in through your mouth, in through your nose and out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Release the stress, let go of the fear, embrace something you love. Now, when you get into that clear mind with an open heart, now you're going to ask yourself the question, am I going to vote yes or am I going to vote no? Whatever that decision is that you're going to make. Now, when you ask yourself, I'm going to vote no, feel how that feels in your body, in your heart. Did that make you get all stressed? And if you're in your heart and it doesn't feel light, then it wasn't right. If you're in your heart and you say, I'm going to vote yes, and that yes makes you feel light, then it's right. So this is a very simple technique to help you clear your mind, activate your frontal consciousness, release the fears, open your heart. And when you're in your heart, if it feels light, it's right. And if it doesn't, it's wrong. Good luck and God bless. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.